Thank you very much. My presentation will be very, very short because this is a history of 7 days from the life of Count Lanskoroński. 7 days in the life of Professor Karol Lanskoroński is nothing. But the 7 days which he has spent at Rhodes is for us it's very difficult to say how important for Polish archaeologists. I have decided to present this situation because we are proud that we continue activity of Professor Lanskoroński. But that we continue Professor Lanskoroński, it was necessary to make a lot of studies. Because why? I present my lecture. Oh, no. The presentation, this presentation is a result of archival and museum studies, as well as archaeological research carried out into the ancient Deme Kimisala, Rhodes, with references to archaeological work carried out on the Kimisala necropolis. The research has been carried since 2009 by Greek team directed by Professor Manolis Stefanakis from the Aegean University, together with a Polish team from students from Nicolaus Copernicus University and students employed in the Polish Academy of Sciences. And it's necessary to say that this presentation and my activity in this problem is and was and is under strongly influenced by works by Professor Szemety. Professor Szemety has found or has presented the work which was a key in my studies. In the course of studying of history of archaeological exploration of Kimisala necropolis, Kimisala, this is a map from the book of Lanskoroński. By Lanskoroński, you have seen the place of location of Kimisala. Exploration of Kimisala necropolis started in the 19th century. In this material, connected with the Kimisala, we have some interesting data on Count Lanskoroński activity. Karol Lanskoroński took an interest in the excavation at Kimisala, and that he visited the site together with Felix von Lushan. And in Felix von Lushan diary, we found description of 7 days of Count Lanskoroński activity on this ancient necropolis. Von Lushan diary was first noticed by Professor Szemety, as I said, who used the text in the studies in the history of archaeology in Asia Minor. Ancient Kimisala is located in the southwestern region of the island of Rhodes, the map you have seen, not far from Siena. Kimisala necropolis was known from 15th century. In this century, the Italian priest Cristoforo Baudelmonto, who spent some years on the Rhodes, has published a work in which he contained information about necropolis of the hill of Hagios Phokas. The necropolis of Kimisala is located on 2 hills, and I present you all in the second part, on 2 hills. One is named Kimisala, the second Hagios Phokas. Lanskoroński visit Rhodes confirmed his genuine interest in the history of Ireland. And also, because of his interest, he has bought some antiquities on some persons from Rhodes. Also from Biliotti. I give you more information on this person after. And it was enormous interesting to find. We know that he bought some antiquities from Rhodes, to find in the iconographic material maybe a short indication about what he has bought in Kimisala or in Rhodes. We know that he bought 3 vases, but information of this and the photo disappeared. But in the material, iconographic material, I have found only one small sculpture. This is the card presented by or for Lanskoroński. It's only small picture is possible to be transported from Rhodes to Kimisala, to Lanskoroński College. And Lanskoroński visit to Rhodes confirms his genuine interest in the history of Ireland. In his opinion, the island of Rhodes enjoyed a special position in Greek world. The visit of Lanskoroński to Rhodes, when the expedition was based in Lindos, I am thinking about the expedition which was prepared to study Pamphylia and Pisidia, reflect genuine interest in the history of the region. The visits of Rhodes had been planned by Lanskoroński as an element of his expedition to Pamphylia and Pisidia. Today we know that he made plans to undertake archaeological research on Rhodes too. Some years ago, such idea was quite unknown to us. And that he spent 1 week in Kimisala, on the site with which now we are working with Greek colleagues. And Count Lanskoroński, during his visit in Siena in 1882, met a man described by him as Biliotti. Biliotti has excavated the Kimisala necropolis. When he met Alfred Biliotti, the Italian who was a British vice consul in Rhodes and Kimisala, Alfred Biliotti was also a director of the archaeological, it's only theory, excavation in Kimisala. Its relative excavation were treated also as a source of ancient vases, which were very popular in this time in the archaeological market, not only in Rhodes. And what is very interesting, some vases from the Kimisala, Biliotti has sent to British Museum. Also, he sent something to Lanskoroński, but we have no idea what was happened. And we know only that, as you said, he had some object, some 1, 2, 3, we don't know, from Rhodes. And what is very important, when we decided to study the letters and the correspondence of Lushan, we have found informations on description of 7 days of excavation, and what is more interesting for us, that Lushan and Lanskoroński has decided to take archaeological excavation in Kimisala. They have decided to open some 2, 3 tombs. About this, we have no knowledge before our studies. And thanks to the information, we have new opinion about the Kimisala. And what is interesting, the effects of it 1 week of excavation carried out by Lushan and Lanskoroński at Kimisala were forgotten. No information about the excavations were published in the history of life of Lanskoroński. And what is more interesting, this 1 week of Landskoroński, von Luschan Landskoroński activity in Kymisala changed our knowledge about the site. Sorry, the next. To understand effects of the Kymisala expedition of Landskoroński, to understand it, is necessary to understand the site. So I will present you the site, and after this, effects of this some days. This is a Kymisala. And Kymisala. This is 2 hills. Yes, I said Kymisala and Hagias. Okay, so here is a Kymisala. This is a hill called Kymisala, and in this hill, Landskoroński decided, von Luschan maybe, and Landskoroński decided to make some works, to excavate some tombs. We don't know 1, 2, 3, but some tombs. And Hagios focus. So the not presented on the former slide, was a main place in the Kymisala region, as on the top of the hill was sanctuary. And on the sanctuary is this present level of studies on the sanctuary. It's planned that the excavation will be continued. And Hagios focus necropolis. You have typical tombs for this for the classical roads and early Hellenic roads, all cut in the hill. And what is more interesting, the Hagios focus hill, it's a very strong stone, but Kymisala has quite a different situation. It's very easy to prepare tombs. The next. And also monumental tombs. Kymisala was not only a regional small center. It was center very important in the time of late classical and Hellenistic period. And I have presented you the rest of a monumental tomb from late classical or early Hellenistic period. When we start our studies in the Kymisala with our Greek colleagues, we thought that in the Hagios Focus cemetery we have only 1 monumental tomb. Now we know that such tombs were represented maybe by 4 tombs, which of course is very difficult to identify with a concrete person. The fragment of monument tomb. And Kymisala necropolis. On the left, look that the tombs are quite different than those from Hagios Focus. All photos are from our exploration. And 1, 2. And to such situation, which was during the 19th century, we found next data, and please, in the diary, which was prepared by von Luschan, we have information early unknown, really unknown. And in effect of this information, thanks, say, I can present this material thanks to Professor Szemety. Description that it was with Professor, the map of roads and Kymisala, but it's not correct. May Here? No. Yes? Oh. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh.
Quick.
Okay. No. Next. Maybe we'll be. No. Will be not necessary. It's not correct that Tosca Misala is not the center of the island. Is not far from the sea. When you are standing on the top of a hill, you have beautiful view on the sea. But this is not important. Please look. This is drawing made during excavations of Kimisala cemetery by Lushan and Lanskoroński. And we have that Lushan proposed to make a excavation, to prepare excavation, and Lanskoroński decided to stand up by the Lushan. So in every day he visited excavation. And look, with a proposed identification of one side of one side of the hill, and you have seen this drawing is a first documentation documentation of character of the cemetery. The next, look, this is the photo. This photo confirms the drawing prepared by von Lushan and Lanskoroński. The next, please, the same. And tombs, Lushan and Lanskoroński decided to open not one, maybe 2, 3 tombs. And they opened tombs which not robbery. It was tombs as was made in antiquity. And during the excavations and during the studies on the tombs, during this, please remember, 7 days, 2 days, first day and the last day should be omitted. And during the excavation of Lushan, he found the tomb with the name of Melantas. It was very popular that on the tomb was the name of the person which was located in the tomb. But because it was made not very good, it was very normal, very quick, necessary. The find of the tomb of Melantas was very, very interesting because of this, that Melantas is a name very popular in Rhodes. And such popular that Melantas, of course, not necessarily this person, was placed on the coin struck in Rhodes. Rhodian coins with name of Melantas. The second such situation with the name of the owner of the tomb. It was very, very difficult to find. And I hope this. It's a seal, and was the next. We have 3 possibilities to complete the name of this person. And what is interesting, there was idea proposed that this tomb belonged to the slave. Why? We don't know, and it's very difficult to understand this situation. Maybe this is connected with the fact that Biliotti was also a director of archaeological excavation in the city Kamiros. And he transported the opinion from Kamiros to Kimisara. And what is most important, we have also other photos from the Kimisara. I can say, summing up, that diary of Felix von Lushan and activity of Karol Skoroński and excavations made in Kimisala made a fantastic step in the archaeology of roads. And the visit in 1882 by Lushan and Skoroński was introduction to the full archaeological research. Please remember that such excavations as was made by von Lushan and Skoroński, it was 1882, started by Italian School of Archaeology at Athens in 1912. And what is more important, the director of the Italian expedition, it was Professor Maiuri. After some years, Professor Maiuri decided to leave Rhodes and to start excavation in Pompeii. So it was eminent archaeologist. And I would like to say, what to say after this short presentation. For us, it was very nice to find that our activity in Kimisala is a continuation of forgotten by more than a century Skoroński activity at Rhodes and in Kimisala. Thank you very much.
Grazie al professor